education as an assistant professor. I'm a certified UGC master trainer, and I'm an advanced master trainer from Siddhanta Knowledge Foundation. Now, there is a question which is prevailing these days. Why are we studying IKS? And what is this IKS? Everybody is talking about IKS. A lot of people, not only people, it's NEP and National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023. Or you talk about any other document, they are all talking about Indian knowledge system. What is it actually? And why are we talking about it so frequently? So today's session would basically cover importance of IKS, what are large numbers, and what are ancient number systems, including Bhutasankhya system, Katapayadi, and Aryabhatiya system. So when I'm talking about why IKS, because if you see NEP 2020, it was always there. Indian knowledge system has been there in India always, but what has happened is NEP 2020 has given us a kind of a go-ahead, and it has clearly mentioned that a study of Indian knowledge system is important, not only according to NEP 2020, because there is one thing which it tells that it helps learners understand India's rich heritage, values, traditions, and knowledge practices, which were prevailing. Now, this NEP 2020 emphasizes the need to connect education with our Indian culture and local knowledge so that our students develop a strong sense of identity and pride in their roots. It encourages the inclusion of traditional knowledge related to mathematics, science, health, arts, language, ethics, along with this modern education. Similarly, if we see our National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023, it has its first chapter itself under cross-cutting themes. It says, education should not only focus on academic learning, but it should also focus on values, culture, critical thinking, and holistic development. If we see our IPR policy vision document itself, that also talks volume about our Indian knowledge system. Now, is it that Indian knowledge system has just come in picture after NEP 2020? No. So it's been ages. And if you see this symbol, this emblem, can you tell me, if you can write it in the chat, what does this symbol signify? What emblem is this? We can see there is a line written, Yato Dharmastato Jaya. Now, when I read this line, I think, you'll be able to make it out. Yes, Ashoka Chakra is there, right? Ganesh TKG has mentioned, right? Absolutely right. Can you recognize this emblem? All right, let me share it with you. This emblem belongs to...
Sarnath Lions.
Pardon?
Lions statue at Sarnath.
R.B. Panda sir has correctly written that it belongs to Supreme Court. Yes, very rightly you have mentioned that it belongs to Supreme Court, and that came into Constitution on 28th of January 1950. Our Constitution came in existence on 26th January 1950, and after 2 days, the Constitution declared Supreme Court, and this was the main phrase which was taken, Yato Dharmastato Jaya. And now if I tell you a small story behind this, there is a story something like this. When in Mahabharata, Gandhari's son, they go to Gandhari and they want to take her blessings. She does not say that, you be victorious or let the victory be yours. She says, Yata Dharmastato Jaya. Now, this has a meaning. What does it mean? It means जो धर्म की तरफ है विजय उसी की हो. It is not that you go and be victorious. She said, जो धर्म की तरफ है, जो धर्म से काम कर रहा है, वो ही विजयी हो. And this was the line phrase taken in our Supreme Court on 28th of January 1950. So you can see it is deep down in our roots. It is only come in foreground, you can say. It was in background. It has just come in foreground after NEP 2020. This NEP 2020 has given us a go ahead. आप जगाइए. It was always there. ये सब Indian knowledge system, it was always there in our existence. बस थोड़ा सा ये है कि हम भूल गए हैं. तो ये अब जो हमारी कोशिश है, दिस इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू, इज वी आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू वेक द पीपल अप. हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको मालूम ही नहीं है कि हमारा जो एंशिएंट नॉलेज सिस्टम है वो कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग है. सो ये जो आज एक हम यज्ञ कर रहे हैं, आप सब इस यज्ञ में भागी हैं, और हमारी एक छोटी सी कोशिश है कि हम सब लोग को बताएं कि व्हाट इज आवर इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम and why should we be proud of it? I do understand, right? Fine. So if I read this is Yatha Shikha Mayuranam Naganam Manyo Yatha Tadvat Vedang Shastranam Ganita Murdhnim Sansitam. I hope there is no problem with the Sanskrit if I say. I was thinking, people are from North also, so they would be interested in listening to English. I'm comfortable with both. So please tell me if you are comfortable with Sanskrit or not. Now, when we say Yatha Shikha Mayuranam, Naganam Manyo Yatha, Tadvad Vedang Shastranam, Ganita Murdhanim Sthitam. So what does it mean? As the crest on the heads of peacocks, as the gems on the hoods of snakes, so is mathematics. It holds the highest position of Vedang Shastras. And Vedang Shastras are basically our Shad Vedangas. We call it as 6 ancillary branches of knowledge. And if I say, there's a lot of things being said about appreciation of mathematics. If we talk about Mahavir Ganit Sar Sangraha, section 1, it says calculations are used in all worldly transactions, including Vedic or religious affairs. Be it a science of love or a science of wealth, art of music and drama, medicine, knowledge of architecture, knowledge of patterns of rhythm and sound, whether it is poetics or logic, science of computation holds the highest place. It is utilized even in relation to the movement of sun and other heavenly bodies in forecasting eclipse and unification of planets, in calculating the numbers, diameters, perimeters of island, oceans, and mountains, and dimensions of rows of habitation and halls belonging to inhabitants of the world. So I hope, I've made my point clear. Mathematics holds the highest place, whether it is a science of love or rhythm or music, or you're talking about eclipse, or you're talking about measuring the diameter, perimeter of mountains, or you want to measure anything, mathematics comes into existence. That is why it is given the crest on a peacock's head, right? Or it is like a gems on the hoods of snakes. So this holds the highest place. So crux of saying all together is these are all dependent upon Ganit, and they cannot exist as apart from Ganita, whether it is measurement or calculation. Now, if we talk about historical evidence of zero and its place values, a lot of things are already said. I'll just, take it into crux. When we are talking about writing numbers, whatever we are doing today, it was like, it was there in practice since 1500 years back in India. Now, if you talk about units of measurement, on the other hand, the street width of, you talk about this Kali Bangam, which was basically in this Saraswati civilization site. And when they did large scale excavations, they found, this Kalibangam is a city in Rajasthan, and they had the street width of 1.8 meters, 3.6 meters, 5.4 meters, and 7.2 meters. If we see mathematically, it is actually a table of 18. 18 to the 36, 18 3 is the 54, 18 4 is the 72. So that means the ratio of the city walls were 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. You see, the mathematics was playing role there also. And there is a evidence that the bricks which are found are also in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 4. Now, there is a place, Bharuch, and there is an inscription.